Let's see how this goes.
Yay!
We'll play online, so what is free play? That's it. Let's see what lobby we can invade.
Oh, this person. Random person 4892335.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, whatever your name is. Numbers.
If we can't find a lobby, I'll just play with AI.
Oh, there you go.
It's not looking like it's going to be successful so far.
Not looking like a red tonight. It's not looking like a red tonight. That's wild, man. Oh yeah, and again, I apologize if a lot of my stuff is kind of.
Just to save time, I'll play it in single player.
There you go. I got jokes.
Okay,
I got
so.
jokes. They're not funny, but I got jokes.
Alright, well, before you say your joke, I'll explain how this game works. So first, you choose your character. Whichever character you choose will differ their stats and what their hyper is. So, for example, the default character is Kai, who's got +1 attack, neutral defense, and neutral speed evasion.
Why does it have to be a guy? Why can't it be a girl?
I'm just
Why
giving
can't it be female?
I'm just giving an example because that's who my character's on right now, and his hyper.
I know. I'm taking the piss, dude.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with the character who I've enjoyed playing as before, which is Pete. He's got 5 HP, +1 attack, +1 defense, +1 evade, and his hyper, which I personally don't really care for, but it's his stats. It's called Blue Crow II, which is, if I'm able to bring it up. No, I'm not going. It's not gonna let me. But it's basically like I think it's like you gain +1 attack and evade for every, and lose 1 defense for every card you have in your inventory. So first you choose your character, then you have to choose 10 cards from your deck, which each player chooses 10 cards to go into a pile of overall 40 cards. So you do that, and then people draw from that entire deck of 40 cards. So basically, it is not guaranteed that the cards you put in, you will get back.
Alright.
So, like, what card do I have to start with? Super All-Out mode. So
so it's, okay, so it's like a random RPG bullshit.
yeah. Based on dice. So, I could...
This is actually not that bad.
It gets very RNG hell air. So the goal is to get to level 6. You level up by either getting enough stars to level up or getting enough kills. Then you have to either land on another player's base or get back to your base, which you can stop on freely. That's
What's with the split board?
Huh?
What's with the split board? Are you like team?
Oh, you warp around. So the purple spaces are warps.
Okay, that explains a lot.
The yellow spaces are bonuses where you can get stars. The blue ones are spaces where you lose stars. Green spaces are where you get cards. Red spaces are where you fight enemies. And purple spaces are where you warp. And the gray spaces do nothing. The spaces with numbers on them are bases. Since I'm player 3, well, I just land on somebody's base. When you land on somebody's base, you get healed 1 HP, and if you've reached your Norma, which starts off as get 10 stars, you level up. And then you can choose either get, I think in this case it would be like get 30 stars or get 2 kills. But here's the catch. Once you choose which one you're going to go for, you're not able to change between them midway through. You're stuck with it until you level up.
Okay, so it's a matter of, okay, so this is fairly interesting. So it's a matter of choices. It seems like you're damn, no offense, but it seems like you're playing this quite quickly, quicker than what my eye can keep up with.
Well, I'm also on the fastest speed.
Yeah, that can kind of explain it.
That, and I also know a lot of what I'm doing. I can slow down a bit to explain stuff. Cards, they...
No, I don't want you to slow down for me. Play as fast as you want. I want you to go
I think it's better because you can give more insightful commentary when you know what's going on. Cards...
Yeah,
like, so, I'll explain more into cards. So, for example, a Super All-Out mode. Each card has a specific level you need to be at and a cost for it. So this, for example, Super All-Out mode, it is... You have to be at least level 3 to use it. I'm currently level 2. And cost, you need... I think it's however many stars shown times your level. So in this case, there's 3 stars, so I would need 6 stars because I'm level 2. So but I can't use any of my cards right now.
Yeah, because you're not high enough level or anything yet.
Yeah, that's how that works. I could get into a battle, but I'm not gonna take the chance.
Yeah.
I might as well get to the stars because I'm really close to my next armor. In fact, I'm there now, so all I have to do is make it to a base.
What I was looking into, what I was trying to mention earlier, so this game is basically based on decisions, not really based on randomness, but decision to move, attack, or do what have you.
Well, to a degree,
which is kind of random and obscure, and I apologize to those who are trying to pay attention. But what I mean is, every decision that you have, or every decision you decide to make, like for example, how you decide to level, does have a repercussion. If you choose to go one way, you're locked into that one way till you accomplish it. So you could choose a way, and then all of a sudden, you know, get like several rounds and not level at all, and then basically it backfire entirely. That's what I meant by that statement.
Well, you haven't seen a good demonstration of battles yet, so that'll probably give you a little bit more insight to why it's a lot of luck. Which I guess. Well, no,
I didn't say it was a lot of luck. I said it was a lot of decisions. It was a lot about weighing what's what.
Well, why it's considerably luck-based. So, am I gonna get? Yeah. So, first you have your cards, which you can use if you want to. But here's how this works. Alright, so there's an offensive side and a defensive side. Whoever initiates the battle gets to attack first. So, for example, I rolled a 5. And my opponent rolled a 4 on defend, so that means they took 1 damage. Now here's how this works. See how my opponent rolled a 7?
Yeah.
I can do one of two things. I can either defend or evade. If I defend...
But that goes back to my point of every decision has a repercussion. You can defend or evade. You can try a chance to roll with evading, or you can try a chance to roll with defending it.
Yeah, basically here's how it works. Defend, you will, whatever you roll on a defend roll, you take however much damage is on the attack roll minus what you rolled on the defend roll. The way evade works is you can potentially avoid all of the damage, but you have to roll higher than what your opponent rolled. Since they roll a 7, I cannot roll higher than a 7 because I need an 8 or higher, which I can't possibly roll. But that's also like how the stats work, because I have defense +1, which means if I use defense, say I roll a 3 on defend, then my defense stat's actually 4.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how it's luck-based, is because I use defend, which would have been the more logical thing to use in the situation, because I couldn't possibly evade, yet he still took me out in 1 hit.
So what happens when you get taken out?
When you're taken out,
sent back to your base?
When you're taken out, you lose half your stars, and then you have to roll. Depending on what character it is, you either need to roll higher than a 5 or a 4 to start off with. In my case, it's higher than a 4. So if I roll lower than a 4 on that turn, I'm dead for the turn. But next turn, I have to roll higher than a 3, so it goes down until you eventually get back up.
Okay. Because I'm trying to take consideration of everything. And this is fairly interesting. And you know what this kind of reminds me of? And it's because you mentioned it earlier, that's why my brain's on it. You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Dokapon Kingdom.
Yeah, except you can't change other people's names in this game. Do I be a jerk? You know what? I'm gonna make this chaos. I'm gonna spawn a boss.
Damn.
So bosses will usually wreck your shit. And basically players have to more or less work together to take down the boss. But here's the thing. The boss takes any stars that people drop, and whoever, basically by the end of it, whoever ends up killing the boss, let's just say they're gonna get a crap ton of stars.
Okay, so it's whoever does the killing blow gets the stars.
This looks like a good case for Blue Crow the Second, and indeed it was.
Huh. This is a fairly interesting. What was this called again?
100% orange juice.
100% orange juice. Okay, that's definitely on the go play list.
Yeah, it's I think about $7 in the shop, so it's pretty good if you want to get it.
Oh, it's cheap too. Cool.
Yeah.
even bigger.
If you go, we can play some games together.
Well, okay, like I was saying before, I don't necessarily make a lot of reviews. I do form an opinion, but I don't necessarily make a lot of reviews, but I do look into a lot of stuff. Like if a game does something economically, or if a game decides to do something stupid, or if the company decides to go another route and it just doesn't make sense, I sit there and try to question it. I try to make sense of why they're doing it. Like, right.
Another thing I can explain about this game is how wins work, because when you get wins, like since one of the options is to win based off wins, or like to level up, the way wins work, if you beat a normal enemy, you get 1 win point. If you beat another opponent player, you get 2 win points. If you beat the boss, you get 3 win points. And ultimately, to reach level 6, which is the level you need to be to win, you need to either have 200 stars, or you need to have 14 win points.
Now here's a question: when you get a win point, do you lose those, much like how you can lose stars?
You cannot lose win points. Win points are harder to get, but you can't lose them. So that's the trade-off.
Yeah. Again, going back to what I was saying earlier, this sounds like a game of decisions. It's really, I don't want to say it's a thing. It's not a mastery of the randomness, although that's a good thing to have in this kind of game. But
speaking of randomness, and our computer player is gone.
Wait. But it kind of goes back to the point of what I was stating earlier. I was saying that this game is based on the idea of decisions. What is the trade-off? What is the better decision to do? Much like how you elaborated with evading or defending earlier. Would it be better to defend, or would it be better to evade? Even now, I'm sitting here and thinking like I'm trying to think of the strategist on doing this. Is like, you could sit here and wait for all your opponents to try to take down the boss, because it seems like that's what they're deciding to do, and then go in right.
It's also a matter sometimes, like in my case, you have no choice but to fight the boss.
Yeah.
This would probably be a good time to use Blue Crow the second, since then I can tank a lot, and tank I did.
Yay. And it's basically what I'm saying is like, once the boss gets down and you get that chance to get that killing blow, go full throttle. But that's one strategy, but that's probably not the best strategy either.
Speaking of strategies, here's another strategy you can use. If you decide to challenge somebody to a battle, whatever you rolled, you're going to stop on the space that they're on. So say, for example, this character here, Kai, I can go over to him and fight him, but if I had more on my roll, like if I was going to land on the base instead, if I choose to fight Kai, I would land on the boss space instead. But I'm not.
So that's also controlling your movements as well.
But I'm not crazy, because even if I go his way, whether I win or not, I'm gonna have to face off against the boss. I'd rather just drop some stars. Because knowing my luck, if I were to fight the boss, I would probably lose pretty hard, because I've only got 2 HP left. Which, not the best for me.
Is there any way to regain it, like you have cards and stuff like that?
Yeah. In fact, I have one right now. Pudding fully restores HP. But since there's not much HP, it's not going to be that difficult to get to a point where I've only got 1 HP, so I think it'll be best used there. I don't really want to ring the circle.
But, okay. Again, going back to the idea that this game is based around your decisions, that can also corner on how you build your deck.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many different types of cards there are. Is there like every character has a certain set of cards?
Well, no, it's not that, because I explained this at the start of it. The only card that's specific to characters is their hyper.
That's it. So everything
else anybody can use, and that's what I explained before, where the 10 cards that you choose at the start of the game all go into a pile of overall 40 cards. So what you choose to put in there, somebody else can potentially get.
Wow, okay. That's what I missed. I thought everyone had their own decks.
No.
That's what I missed. Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Changes a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, that really does.
I'm gonna take a chance. This is probably a bad idea.
But essentially, there goes to another
terrible
idea.
Oh, thank God.
Essentially, that goes to another idea of: is there a team mode to this?
No, it's entirely free for all.
Okay.
There's no
See,
team.
that would be interesting. It's like you see a team mode of this. Is like you could coordinate what cards you put into the deck. Not necessarily stacking the deck, but
Alright, okay, get over here.
coming close to it.
I'm gonna murder you. Or I'm not. Never mind.
Nope. Run away!
Well, thankfully I evaded. Okay, now he's dead. Good thing
Yay.
he used that card. So he just used Little which basically makes it so each opponent will attack and defend twice.
Uh-huh.
Alright. I think now's a good time to use that pudding.
Nom nom nom.
Which, speaking of which, pudding, another example of having to be high enough level, because you have to be at least level 4 to use the pudding. Alright, so now I've got enough stars to win the game, but...
I swear, isn't this based on like an anime or something? I've seen these characters before.
It's based on other games that the team made. So a lot of the characters, save
Okay.
a lot of the team members, like a lot of the playable characters, save for Kai, who's quote unquote the protagonist in this game, are from other games that they made. Okay, dang it,
That makes sense.
not what I wanted to see. I'm gonna get rid of this. Right now, I'm not gonna focus on going into battles, and that's another thing I want to talk about because of the boss. I summoned the boss manually, but there is also another factor where you can when somebody reaches level 4, the boss will come in at the end of the turn. So
Okay, so it's not. So either you do it early or
yes, I beat the boss.
got stars too, man.
And speaking of bosses spawning, here comes another, which could be potentially bad.
Alright, so
well,
as soon as
oh my
is
god.
that going to keep happening? As soon as one boss goes
No,
down, another one
no,
comes up.
I think that's the boss for the level 4 thing, because the last one was spawned manually by me. So
Okay.
that kind of just happened. I'm gonna warp out of here again. I swear, it just keeps sending me to the same place. Oh yeah, and that's another thing that's partially luck-based. Here and there, which was just used. All players are moved to randomly chosen panels.
Yeah, I'm starting to see where you're stating where the luck was coming from.
Yeah.
But some of it can be strategy based.
Some of it, yeah, is strategy based, but a lot of aspects of the game are really luck based. Like, I think in this game, when it comes to strategy versus luck, like if there's somebody who's stupidly lucky versus somebody who is really strategic, I think the one who has a lot of luck has the clear advantage.
Yeah.
Like in the case of where I am now. Right now I'm in the situation of I have enough stars to win the game. But that's the thing. I need to be able to win the game.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, I gotta land on somebody's base or get back to my own, which I'm not in my own territory.
Yeah. You're gonna have to try to either land on the base
Yeah, that's
or
what
land
I've
on
been
your
trying to
head.
do.
Well, again, as I was stating earlier, now, not as I was stating, but before, while I was stating, or what I was stating, this reminds me totally of Dokkan Kingdom, but now, because I know better of the random factor, this is almost a complete flip. Because you can honestly say if you've played Dokkan Kingdom, anyone that can ever get your hands on it, please do.
It's a good game, but be prepared for a little bit of a rage fest.
Prepare your butts.
Oh yeah, that's an understatement.
But if you do pull down to it, Dokkan Kingdom is completely strategy based.
Yeah.
I don't want to say if you have foreknowledge, but if you have knowledge of how things work and how to
There we
build
go.
things. Yay! You win.
I win. I did it.
Oh God. Go away, Waluigi. No one likes you.
Everybody likes the Waluigi.
I'm a warrior. I'm gonna win.
It's a Wii, Wario. So that's kind of what 100% orange juice is.